Hi everyone, in this video we're going to be learning how to weld a word down the front edge of a card just to make it look a little bit different. I'm going to be making a card 5 by 5 when it's finished, so the first thing I need to do is actually make my rectangle for the card. So take the rectangle tool and just drag out a rectangle. Don't worry about the size for the moment. Take the select tool, select the rectangle and go up to the scale window, and we can type the size of our card down the bottom. So if we have it 10 inches wide, because it's got to fold in half to give us a finished size of 5 by 5, so just type the width and the height in and say apply, and we can see our rectangle automatically goes to that size. Now we're going to want a crease line down the middle, so take the straight line, hold down the shift key, which will keep it absolutely vertical, and just drag ourselves a line down the centre. Now we can set the size of that if we weren't too careful when we were dragging it out, and just put in 5 and say apply. I'm not too worried about it being in the centre for the moment, because I'll show you what we'll do with that a little bit later on. Now we want to put our word down the front here, so I'm going to take the alphabet tool and I'm going to choose, I've got one on my computer, edge.mp4. We want a nice big bold font. A little skinny one like Courier or Agency or any other thin ones you've got on here are not going to work, but I quite like the edge.mp4, but you can use whatever one you want. And we want our, for the moment, set our text size on 72, character spacing 100% and line spacing 100%. And we're just going to type in the word birthday. Now while that's still highlighted, this black line on the back here, if you just drag that over back on itself towards the left hand side, you'll see how those letters all come one underneath each other, and that's what we're looking to do. So just click off of there and we've got the word selected. Now obviously that's going to be too big to fit on the front of our card, so we can reduce the line spacing. We don't want it overlapping, so I don't want to reduce the line spacing anymore, but what I can do is just shrink that down so that I know it's going to fit on the front of my card. When I'm quite happy with the size, I can just drag it over so that it's just hanging off the edge very, very slightly, because obviously we want it to fix to the card. So I think that should be okay. We can always undo if it's not. Go to Edit, select all, go up to your Modify window up here, and we're going to Weld. Now we can just glance down there, we can see that all our letters have welded. The H is going to be hanging off slightly. I can see there's going to be a slit line just there, so I think I need to move that over a little bit more. So if we just undo it, deselect, but just select the word and just move it in just a tiny fraction there. Again, Edit, select all, and we'll weld again. And that's better. Our H is now fixed to the front of the card. The only one last thing to do, because we've put the word birthday on the front, if I select that now, you can see that our 10 inches is now grown a little bit. So what we need to do is resize that. So go up to the scale window again, and just make that 10 inches exactly, apply. And we want to have this line that's going to be our perforated line exactly in the centre. If we just go up to the align window and centralize, you can see that that line has moved over. One more thing you'd want to do before you cut this file is to go up to your cut line settings up here, and we want to change that one to perforate, otherwise you'd end up cutting your card straight through the middle in half. Now when you take that to the machine, you're going to cut out the whole of the card with a perforated line in the middle. If you don't want the line, if you prefer just to put a crease line, obviously just miss that part out, but if you want it to have it perforated so it's dead centre, then change that line to perforated. And there's your birthday card finished. Hope you enjoyed that short video.